we want to improve the team every season, and if we can do something, we will. Otherwise, we stick with these players because they're a great bunch of players, and sometimes they get a lot of sticks, but they always try their best.
Well done, Luca.
Cheers, thank you.
Roberto, many congratulations. Finally done it again, you've scored.
Well, it doesn't matter today. I mean, it's on the practice, and whoever was going to score, it really didn't matter. We've won the UEFA Cup next season, and we finished the season, I guess, in a great way.
You scored, of course, here in '97 when Chelsea won, and again in the League Cup final. It's a fantastic record you have here in Cup finals.
Well, it's a pity that they're going to rebuild the stadium then, because it's quite a lucky place for me, yes.
Last time you dedicated your goal to your sister Conchita. Will this one be for her too?
No, this is for my girlfriend, which is in the stand.
Did you think when the Dennis Wise goal was disallowed and the chances kept missing that it just wasn't going to be Chelsea's day?
Oh no, you just focus on the game, what you have to do, your job during the game, and you don't think of anything else. All right?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Dennis, how does it feel to win the FA Cup for the last time in this famous old stadium?
It's fantastic, and it's good that it's us. We're pleased, you know. It's a wonderful day for the punters, for the old man up there as well, and for the team, and for Luca, you know. Everyone was saying we hadn't done very well. We finished fifth in the league, quarter-finals, Champions League, we won the FA Cup, so it ain't bad.
And you thought your dream had come true, didn't you? You thought you'd scored.
I thought I'd scored, Suze. It's George, he just told me George is offside. Not to worry, as long as we win, I don't mind.
Now, you told me in the week that if you win it, you can do something very, very special. Tell us about the plan.
No, wait, Suze, I'm going to get my son.
You're going to go and get your son Henry, aren't you? First time ever a captain's done it. How proud are you to take him up with you?
Oh, I am, Miss Ams. I may never be able to do it again, so I want to take him up there if I can.
Go on, Dennis, go and get the cup.
Well, the Manchester United Premiership presentation turned into family album shots, but I think this is the first for the FA Cup final. Dennis Wise, the Englishman at the head of a multinational company of players. And Chelsea have invested heavily in bringing success to Stamford Bridge. And Andy, those who do invest do expect a quick return. It puts pressure on players and the staff, and they have struggled with it from time to time, but a real dividend today.
Absolutely, they were the better team, Mark. There was a difference in class in the second half for all to see. It shows you how far this lad's taken this team. I'm absolutely delighted for Luca, one of the nicest men that you'll meet in football. He deserves the success because he probably works harder than most. He's down there with John Gregory now, another measure of the man. Doesn't forget who he's been against today. Delighted for him, and Chelsea have deserved it. They put an awful lot into the season, and they were able to get themselves up for another big game one last time this season, and they're going to enjoy it. My goodness, are they going to enjoy it? You can believe that.
Aston Villa just couldn't cope in the second half, as Dennis Wise and company turned on the Chelsea style. Great expectations at the club. Matched today by great achievement. The man who did score and the man who thought he'd scored. Di Matteo, incidentally, is a very English Italian now. He's got a restaurant in the Chelsea area. He's had a daughter during the course of the season, Emilia. Got a lot of family things to tell you about. Who was born in England. Eddie Nichveski there, the goalkeeping coach. There's a team effort involving the backroom staff as well. You think of Gwyn Williams and Graham Ricks, Ray Wilkins. And of course Ken Bates, a man who must think he owns Wembley at the moment. And let's hear from the World Cup winner, now the FA Cup winner, Marcel Desailly.
You found who you're waving to?
Magnificent, nothing to say. I think I was waiting for that. I have it now. I mean, in the career to win, I've won in 3 different countries: Marseille, with Milan, and now with Chelsea. Happy. Give us confidence, and for next season we'll feel a bit more comfortable. We have the.
So Gareth Southgate leads up the losers. Villa consigned to the Intertoto route into Europe. West Ham certainly used that to their advantage last year. The Chelsea's 61st game of the campaign makes their busiest season ever a season eventually to remember.
I'd like to offer Villa some words of comfort to players as they go up. Right, you can't. There you go. They're a club for kissing, aren't they, Chelsea players? Chairman will feel, well, what can you say? You can't offer no words, Martin. I've walked that walk. I know what it feels like, and nothing anyone says to you means anything at this particular moment in time. It's been said once, it'll be said many times when the new Wembley's up. Wembley is not a place for losers.
And on the way down, Gareth Southgate passes the men very much on the way up. Well, Dennis Wise has done all this, of course, before. In 97, also a winner way back in 1988 with Wimbledon. And Paul Merson, once upon a time, would have been thrilled with a Chelsea FA Cup win as a Chelsea fan, but not on this day.
Well, Dennis doesn't know the way there. Look, he's gone the wrong way. He's having to be directed.
Still trying to see where his son and heir is, I think. Henry, Dennis, Paul, Wise, 4.5 months old. And this is topping David Beckham and the Manchester United scenes.
I enjoy it. He's right. He might never get another chance, but he's making the most of it.
So for captain and son, a word of congratulations from Doug Ellis, nice to see. But on this historic day, in this most historic of competitions, the FA Cup goes to Chelsea! Here's the mother, a little concerned, but she needn't be.
Well, I'm glad the cotton rolls in the little lad's ears, Mark.
Frank Leboeuf concerns whether he might be leaving, but as Gianluca Vialli said, they'll sit down and decide what's going to happen. Some senior players, those who've won many things, Deschamps, Desailly, but revelling in this special moment.
I have to say, Mark, on a personal note, if it's Desailly's one and only season, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch him at work.
And Melchiot, who said, I thought quite pointedly, the FA Cup final doesn't just take place in England, it takes place all over the world. He's one of those Europeans who's watched others in this stadium and grown up on the international appeal of the FA Cup final, and Graham Lasso. It's been a pleasure to have him with us, but of course he'd much rather be up there with them. Cudicini, the substitute goalkeeper, and then the man who is very much the manager. Don't let anyone tell you he's just a figurehead and others pull the strings. It's his decisions that you see when the teams are announced, and he's a very emotional man.
Do you think that means another year in his contract?
Well, maybe 6 months. Chairman Ken. Well, I come from a generation, and you too, Andy, when the only live football on television when we were young was the FA Cup final. Millions of football lovers got hooked on the game through the heroics and romance of this match on this ground, and with all the riders about the need for progress and the difficulties this present stadium does possess in terms of getting here and indeed getting away from here. It is very emotional to think that this is the last time we will see these scenes here. Villa have long taken their leave to come to terms with their disappointment. Chelsea at a stately pace after 61 games this season. They're entitled to go slowly on the lap of honour. Paddy Maffey, the fitness man. But let's get some Villa reaction now. Paul Merson is with Jeff Shreves.
Paul, commiserations. I know you're a Chelsea fan as a kid, but I'm sure that doesn't feel like it right now.
No, first half we done very well. We closed it down well. We give as good as what we got. Towards the end of the second half, I thought they were a far better team than us. They kept the ball well and they done everything we never done, and they deserved to win in the end.
In the first half, you had so many set pieces. Did you think you were going to break through there?
Right, we thought that'd be our chance. We worked a lot on them, but they never come off. They defended well, and we had a couple of half chances, but they played. When they went 1-0 up, they just showed you how you have to play, and that, for me, that's the gap at the moment between the top three, maybe, and the rest. And we played two quality teams week after, with Man United, now Chelsea, and it just shows how far we got to go if we want to be up there.
When you know you're up against that gap, what was the game plan?
Just to keep on closing them down and not let them play. But as soon as they go 1-0 up, with the quality they got, you got to chase the game, and they can keep the ball for how long they can. That's how good they are.
The Intertoto now, is that going to be difficult to raise yourself for that?
No, we have a good break now, 6 weeks, and we'll go back for that and qualify. We need to qualify for Europe football because of the kids we got in the team, and they can only get better if they're playing against top quality European players like today.
Okay, thanks for stopping, Paul.
No problem. Thank you.
Typical honesty from Paul Merson, and I must say it reflected the way we saw it, Andy.
Yeah, I thought they stepped up a gear. Second half, they were better, they were classier, and Villa had no answer to it. And Paul Merson was right when he says, and when you think there was only one place between these two teams in the league, there's a gap, there's a gulf, and it was evident second half, Mark.
Well, they've had so many songs down the years. Chelsea, Chelsea. Oh, Gus Poyet in the centre there. He's made such a contribution. Started with the hat-trick up on Humberside, that 6-1 win. There were those who thought in slippery conditions there might be a slip on the cards. But they've gone from Hull to eternity as this Chelsea team take their place in history. Victory in the final in the FA Cup.
Well, there's a little answer to everyone this week who's been saying maybe this competition is losing its appeal. To players in particular, look at that lot. They've won World Cups between them, won every major honour probably in and around Europe, and they're celebrating this probably as much or more than any they've won previously.
Well, he's part of the catalyst for change as far as Wembley is concerned, and I'm sure he'll do his best to make sure that the new ground is worthy of what it is replacing, even if there are no twin towers. Gus Poyet's son there has still got the match ball from Hull, incidentally. He's been waiting. Gus, you might recall, Andy, scored 2 goals in a game several times, and the Poyet family knew the tradition in this country that you got the ball. It doesn't happen in many other countries. And when he came home from Humberside, they didn't say, "Well done, Dad." They said, "Where's the ball?" 2, of course, in the semi-final, but saw off Newcastle. The international talent, the string of pearls that's been linked here, especially in the second half, to show the style.
I have to say it's the slowest lap of honour in history around here, isn't it?
Andy, I know the final thought from you, Villa very much in your soul, and you knew John Gregory as a player at the club. He's tried as a player, he's tried as a coach alongside Brian Little. They got to a semi-final. Yeah. He's had a chance here and come so close as a manager. He'll keep on going, I'm sure, but back in Birmingham where you live, there will be a sense of anticlimax now. There
will be, but they've done remarkably well considering the start of the season that John and the Villa team had. I would like to have seen them win the game today, Mark, no doubt about that, because of my connections, but I'm also a firm believer in you only win a football match if you deserve to, and Villa really didn't do enough to win the football match today, to win the FA Cup final, to get their name etched on that again after 43 years. Chelsea did. When I leave here tonight, I'll feel confident that I've seen the best team on the day, by quite a distance in the second half, have won the football match, and no one can have any arguments about that, no one.
Well, 1-0 was the margin in the second half. It could have been more, but 1-0 enough on a big day for Chelsea.
Graham Souness and Andy Townsend with us still in the studio. Graham Lasso we've seen on the touchline with his playing colleagues. For you, Graham, Chelsea were how much better?
Yeah, they deserve to win it. Villa can't have any complaints the way the second half panned out. Paul Merson said everything I think. I think the first half in Matchcom they managed to cancel each other out. But at the end of the day, Richard, on a pitch like this, the better passers will win the day. You know, it's a big pitch out there, big atmosphere. It gets to some players, but ultimately the better players will come out on top because they don't keep giving the ball away. They'll keep the ball. If you've got the ball, it's hard enough. If you haven't got the ball, it's a hard place to play football out there.
I know we flagged you as a villain today, Andy. You've skippered Villa here and won a trophy, the League Cup, of course, but you're a Chelsea fan at heart. As a boy, absolutely. You stood on the terraces there. You've played for the club too.
Yes.
And you have to say, well done, lads.
Oh, you do, and I agreed. You know, a lot of what Dennis Wise said there at the end about, you know, the season itself has been a good season. You know, I know that they're always going to be measured by what they're actually winning in terms of trophies, but it's been a very consistent season. Let's be fair, and they were the better side. They had more class in the second half, and to be honest with you, they looked like they were going to score 2 or 3 times.
Manchester United set the trend with all the youngsters the other week. Martin made mention of it. I think Chelsea have sneaked 1 or 2 out there as well, haven't they? We've seen young Levert.
No, why not? I mean, these are special
why not?
days. How many of these do you have in your career when you're a player?
Henry won't know anything about it now, but he's got a special place in FA Cup history, hasn't he?
Sure.
Henry Wise. I thought it was his brother when I first saw him. About the same size, aren't they?
But no one can complain. Chelsea bossed the second half. They played the football. They created the chances. Villa, I think, can't have any complaints about it.
So look at the goal, scored by Roberto Di Matteo, of course. Is there a hint of offside in there, maybe?
It's close. I mean, it looks like they all got on top of the ball very early there. Yeah, look, you see here, there's a lot of bodies there, and it was a whipped free kick, and David probably never got a good sight of it. Look, we can hardly see that from that angle.
Yeah, he's down about the goal. I mean, the ball's been played in with pace. He's come to do the right thing. He's come to punch the ball. Just as he's about to get to the ball, I think it's Desai comes flashing across the front row. Difficult for a goalkeeper. When the ball is played in with that kind of quality, it's difficult for defenders and goalkeepers. I wouldn't be too hard on David James. He'd want to do better, but I wouldn't be too hard on him. You can see by his reaction he thinks it's down to him, but I wouldn't be too hard on him.
Here's the other keeper, Ed De Hoy, with Nick Collins.
Well, Ed, what did you make of the English FA Cup final?
It's just unbelievable. This is so special. I watched it a lot of time on television when I was playing myself, and this is a great feeling.
The celebrations are well underway. It really has crowned the season and made everything worthwhile, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I think we showed today that we deserved it, and we did well, and we got the prize that we wanted.
You barely had a shot to save all game, did you?
No, not really. But I think that's also the strength of our team today. I think at the other end we didn't create a lot of chances. Well, who cares? We got a trophy.
I was going to say, after such a season as you had, you deserved to come away with something at the end of it all, didn't you?
Yes, but I also broke the record of Peter Bonetti. That is nice, but you want to win a prize, and this is a prize, and also a big prize.
Enjoy the celebrations. Thanks.
I will. All right.
Thank you very much.
It is a blue day, I think that's the phraseology if you're a Chelsea fan. Roberto Di Matteo winning the cup for the Blues. I think they're building up for something special here, aren't they? There's a run on here, I think. You remember that one when Hullet was in charge?
It looks like it.
Just saw Frank Leboeuf sit down on the centre circle with his youngsters. There's obviously a tale to be told there as well. There they are, look. Let's hope Henry's not in the middle of all that if it starts.
Well,
we are on a run here, aren't we? And this is specifically Chelsea. How many of them are going? Suits as well, look.
Ken Beats out there.
Is Ken out there, is he? Here we go.
There they go.
Stay with them, cameraman. There shouldn't be an explanation for everything, should there? I'm not sure what it's about. It's a bit of fun. Well done, lads. The FA Cup is back in Chelsea hands. He's played his part. A goal from Roberto Di Matteo. We are not finished at Wembley yet, not by a long way. There's plenty of reaction to come. More thoughts from Graham Souness and Andy Townsend. But it's Chelsea's day. They have won the FA Cup.